Hello, my name is Emma and welcome to my first video on this channel. I am here today on Godforge Quests and I've got 630 shards saved up that we are going to pull today. So I started this account around Christmas, I think maybe 2 days after it got released. On my very first day, on my very first pull, I locked in Shamash, who I know is a very good champion, but he's not the champion that I want. Who do I want to get? Well, I would like a champion that is useful and have a good kit, but more importantly, I want a champion who I think is cool. So on the top row here, we have kind of my top picks who are all heroes that I know are good, but who I also think looks really cool. So the dragon here, Quetzalcoatl, is probably my favorite design, but I don't know if he's my top pick in terms of the kit. We have a couple of supports here, all female characters who I think look amazing. We have a couple of little weird guys over here, Sissin and Heimdall. I think they're really cool. We have this middle category here, which are champions that I know are good, but maybe not my favorites personally in terms of design. Down here, kind of the opposite. I think they look really cool, but I don't know as much about them, or they kind of not generally tend to be on the top of the different tier lists I've seen. So if we did pull any of these, we'll have to kind of take a look and make a decision. Anyone who I've left to the side here is champions that probably, if I did pull them, I would just keep Shamash. So hoping to get something that I kind of feel that I can connect to as a character. Like for me, that's really important, that especially at the early stage of a game like this, you're probably going to be looking at the same champions for a while. So I really care about kind of having a core team that I feel really strongly about and that I think of like nice, cool characters that I won't get bored of playing with. So let's get started. Hopefully we'll get something good. Hopefully we'll get to make some decisions and maybe learn about some new heroes that I'm not familiar with yet. So I'm quite nervous. I've been sitting on these charts for quite a while, so expectations now are quite high, but let's get into it. Oh my god. Right. I know I would much rather have Vivienne than Shamash, so that is an instant lock-in. Oh my god. Wait, did I miss? I didn't lock it in. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. No. Oh my god, I can't believe this. Okay, hell. Well, that's 2 pulls in a row with a legendary. That is already better than I expected, and that's already better than what I've been getting on my other account, which I pulled on every single day, and I've only got 2 heroes. Well, actually, it's exactly as good as my other account. Oh my god, I know that there have been people who's been talking about hell maybe being a bit niche, but I'm going to kind of try as much as I can to ignore kind of what I've read, and I'm going to try and make a decision for me that I feel will, I love her design. I'm probably going to lock her in purely because of how much I love her design, even if she's not the best option. Because like I said, I really care about kind of feeling connected to the champions that I play. Oh my god, I can't believe we lost to Vivienne. Right, attacks one enemy. I'm going to ignore these numbers because I haven't played like the alpha. I don't exactly know how these add up. Like that looks like a big number, but I'm just going to read the kit and get a general vibe for it. So attacks one enemy with a 75% chance to spread curse. Curse reduces incoming healing and shield. So it's a little bit like a heal reduction in raid. Attacks one enemy with 75% chance to spread curse onto one random enemy. Awakening 3 increases the damage inflicted by 5%. Attacks all enemies with an 80% chance placing curse 2 for 2 turns. So that reduces healing. That is 50% reduce incoming healing. Attacks all enemy. Oh, that's higher attack as well. So attacks all enemies. Revives all defeated enemies with 10% HP. Attacks all enemies. Oh yeah, I do remember this one. Attacks all enemies. Revives all defeated enemies with 10% HP and confuse. This unit attacks a random ally with its basic ability on its turn. Okay. So this is quite a niche one, which might not be very useful in the early game. If the target of the boss, defense down instead. Confuse cannot be removed and does not expire. So it attacks all enemies and then revives all defeated enemies with confuse, which makes them attack each other. When an ally or enemy is revived, increases their attack by 10%. Oh, this is a difficult choice because I love her, but I just think at the early game it might not be 30% attack in all battles. When an ally or enemies, when an ally or enemies revived, increases this hero's attack. You know what? We're hoping we're getting more heroes. I'm going to lock her in. I can't believe we got rid of the Vivienne. Right, select this here. We are keeping this. Oh, it's actually such a hard choice. I'm so torn. You know what? We've had 2 legendaries on 2 pulls. What is the chances that we're gonna pull another like 580 and not get a single other one? I'm gonna lock in Hell. I feel a little bit like I've cheated. You know, Shamash has been my man since day one. But, you know, hopefully that's not the last one we're getting in this video. Full blue tags after our very lucky first pulls. I'm gonna have to go through this quicker because I don't want this to be a crazy long video. Oh, I've not seen her before. I love that. God, I wish she was a legendary. That is a cool design. Choice. Oh my god, Shamash is back. Okay. I felt like I made a mistake picking Hell. This is quite wild. Should we put Shamash back? I'm aware that people are going to be watching this and think, you know, I'm maybe not making the smartest choices. But that might just be how I play the game. It's kind of crazy. No, we made our decision. We're leaving Shamash. This is the 3rd time across 2 accounts that I pulled a Shamash. We might see him again. So 240, we're about 400 shards in, 2 legendaries on the first 2 pulls and nothing since. And actually, we're on 3 legendaries because we pulled the 2nd Shamash. Oh, okay. I think I'm almost definitely gonna lock in Metzli because I know she's maybe a little bit more useful than Hell, who we currently have locked in, and I do think she looks very cool. She is kind of, let me see, where did I put her on the tier list? Yeah, 5th on the tier list, just after Vivienne RIP. Okay, I'm gonna read her kit if we can find her. Metzley, okay, let's read her kit. Oh, hello. Go away. Attacks one enemy and restore 20% destroyed HP of the ally with the most destroyed HP. I wonder how useful that is, because it's obviously very useful, but in like raid, for example, it's only kind of select situations where you actually have enemies that do destroy your HP. I don't know whether that's going to be more common in Godforge or not. Remove 2 random debuff from all allies, then block debuffs. Again, I'm basing my opinions entirely on raid, but that is very useful. Also heal 20% all allies, cooldown 5 turns. Okay, yeah, I'm locking her in. Having a good reviver is so useful. Anyway, revives all defeated allies with 40% health and turn meter. Also restores 50% of each ally's destroyed HP and increases divinity by 20%. Gains 80% divinity when placing a buff on an ally. Restore 20% of the target's destroyed HP when they receive a buff. Yeah, okay, I think she's going to be very useful. I need to... Okay, I'm so nervous because last time when I had Vivienne, I think these buttons look too similar. I don't know how I just clicked summon again, but we are locking Metzley in. I am very happy with that. If we don't pull another one now, I'll be pretty pleased. Obviously, I'll keep pulling until the game goes live. I'll probably keep saving on this account and do like another video, hopefully a little bit less rambly one than this one. But yeah, we still have 160 shards and we are going to go to the end. See, every time I get a legendary, I get a blue tag straight after. Generally though, so we are on 5 legendaries pulled, which is way more than I expected. I have been saving these shards for a while, and this is kind of what I wanted. I wanted to film this and I wanted to have lots of different options, lots of choices to make, but I really wasn't sure if that was going to happen because, like I said, I've been running a second account where I've just been YOLO pulling every day, and I've only pulled 2 legendaries this entire time on that account. So I was worried that we were going to be coming out of this video with almost nothing. So far though, the heroes that we pulled have all been heroes that I have placed somewhere on kind of my top list. We haven't pulled any of these essentially discard pile heroes, which is good. At least that means like I've had the chance to kind of get to choose and get to think a little bit. Anyway, I feel better about not keeping Shamash now that I got one hero that I really wanted. Now down to the last 50 pulls, so 5 more pulls, then oh my god, ignore that. 5 more pulls. Can we get something else? If we don't get anything else, I am perfectly happy now. And then we'll see what happens next time. Oh, I haven't seen this guy before. That is quite a fabulous beard. So penultimate pull, no legendaries. Last one here. Thorkel. That looks like a Scandi guy. Right, so we started with Shamash. We've ended the video with Metzley, who I am very happy with. Again, back to my personal tier list, my very, very vibes-based tier list. I put her as my 5th choice, so essentially when we pull shards next time, it is only really one of these heroes that I would swap her for. we did have a Vivian, which was my third choice. I actually don't know if I'd locked in Vivian and then got Metchley who I would have picked, because I think Vivian, from what I've seen, is a better champion, but I do like Metchley's design more. I don't know, I think she looks cooler. Let's go back to her. To her portrait. Yeah, I just love the kind of glazed eyes and the colors of this. I do love the colorful face tattoos. I think she's really cool. I'm very happy with that, so we're gonna end the video, and maybe I'll be back when I've gathered up another kind of, how many do you get a day? So we've got less than a month left, so that's about another 500 pulls probably. So maybe I'll come back when I have another 250 pulls and see if this is what we stick with or if we have any more choices. I will also end this video by talking a little bit about my other choices here. So I did look in, I've been changing this quite regularly. I kind of been just picking and choosing and kind of just seeing what comes up. I currently have Heimdall's imprint locked in because I don't know yet whether I will use this imprint on a weapon for my legendary hero or maybe for my starter or someone else I pull early in the game. I kind of wanted something that can be good both for a damage dealer or for a support champion, and I thought kind of reflecting buffs is always useful. If we now have Metchley locked in and she removes debuffs and places block debuffs, I feel like we're maybe going a bit overkill on debuff protection. So I actually just had a look. I hadn't checked this earlier. We currently have Sun Wukong's imprint, which I have locked in on my other account. I've been trying to keep both accounts different with different choices. So when it comes to the day of starting my account, I kind of have two different paths that I can take, and I can choose whichever I kind of feel like I've built an overall better start. But again, I don't know if we need this much debuff protections. Kind of seems like I'm very scared of debuffs and I haven't even played the game. I don't know how much of an issue that's going to be. So I think we are going to lock in Sun Wukong. And in terms of the weapon, Forge Fire, I know is kind of listed as one of the best ones. Let's have a quick look here. Obviously there's not that many weapons. I've been quite loose with this, kind of assuming towards the last 10 days if there's one specific one that I feel would work really well with my imprint and with my hero. You'll probably get a chance to pick that at the end. So I'm not too stressed about my weapon, but Forge Fire, reduced damage received by 10 to 28%, does not receive damage per wave until this hero takes the first turn. So that, I mean, I know everyone knows this, but that just seems like an overall very good weapon, kind of mitigating any chance of just being one-shotted before anything else happens. So I think I'm pretty happy to keep that locked in. And now we also have this one here. Let's have another look at what this says. Places Immortal on this hero for 2 turns when receiving fatal damage for the first time. So again, they kind of double up there. I don't know if I will use the imprint on this weapon. So for now, I think this is good. I'm very happy with this. In terms of the portrait, I just do not vibe with any of these. I really were hoping they would add like a female character or a creature or animal character. I know there's been people who's mentioned that in the Discord. I think I mentioned that in the Discord at some point. I have no idea if that, I mean, this is probably not going to change. I've locked in the totem, but I know I will never use any of these. They're cool. They're really nice designs, but I do feel like putting 3 male characters here, if you have any hope at all to kind of appeal to a wide audience, it's not, I just don't love it. I think that's kind of, this is just, I don't know, this is just not a good choice by them, I don't think. I think there needs to be more variety here. I'll show you, so this is what we got locked in here on my main account, the one where I was saving my pulls, obviously. And this here is my YOLO account, the one where I have been pulling shards every single day, usually like 2 past midnight, kind of hoping that the server's not going to crash. I mean, I don't think that's really happening anymore. On this one, I got Excalibur locked in. I know those are kind of the two best weapons. Again, I'm kind of leaving the weapons for something that I'll look more closely at when I feel like I'm happy with these. I've got Sun Wukong locked in here as well. I actually locked that in before, but he's back again. Acid. So yeah, we got two Sun Wukongs. I am probably going to look to change one of these because I would like the two accounts to have like a completely different setup, so that I can make a decision between the two when the day comes. If you're still here and you're still watching, I just want to say thank you for sticking with me and for watching to the end. I'm very new to this, so I know this video was probably quite mumbly, a bit rambly, not the best put together, but that is something that I'm working on. I will make more videos, so please do subscribe and stay tuned, and hopefully this will just get better over time.